my husband died a couple years ago, and I tried to get a hold of my lawyer who was in charge of the will and the estate part of it, and I could never get a hold of him, and my sister said call the law board, so they called him, but he got mad at me for doing it, and I apologized and everything, but I don't have a lawyer now at all, and I'm due to go to a neurosurgeon, and I'm kind of worried if something was to happen. I had put my older son along with the lawyer in charge, and now I'm not even sure who would be in charge of the will.
Okay, well, I'm very sorry about your husband's passing and to hear that you're having troubles. The documents, if I'm understanding correctly, you have a healthcare power of attorney, and that still would be whoever you named, and then in your will, it's whoever you've named as your personal representative or your executor that would be in charge of probating that will for you.
Okay,
so in this situation, what I see is she had a lawyer, and they fell out of contact with each other. She tried to use some other means to get a hold of the lawyer, and now she feels like maybe she's in a position where she doesn't know what to do because she can't find her papers and those kind of things. The first thing that I think you probably need to do is just simply find a lawyer that specializes in elder law, like our guest Julia. And they are going to be able to listen to what you had to say and come up with a plan to correct that. And then once they get that corrected, then you'll have the peace of mind to know that as you go forward, things are going to be taken care of.
Are these filed, I think we were talking about this last week, but when a will is put together, is it filed with like the state? So if anything ever was to happen, they could look your name up? Is that how it works? Or do you have to actually have the paper in your safe?
So, no.
Explain.
Wills are generally not filed anywhere until they're needed, if that makes sense. So the process of filing a will is what happens when the executor or the personal representative goes to court and says, my loved one passes away, this is their will. So there are several different practices. Some attorneys make it common practice to keep the original in their office and only provide a copy to their clients. Most attorneys nowadays aren't doing that anymore, and they are providing the original to the individual that we've written a will for. And it's their responsibility to keep that will and to let their loved one know where it is. If it becomes an insurmountable thing that you can't find the original, it is possible to probate a copy of a will, but it is a harder and more drawn out process.